Hey everyone, this is Rav Natan. I just got off a learning with a young, beautiful couple. They're not married yet. They're dating, and they approached me a few months ago and said, hey, we want to learn Torah together. We want to learn the Bible together and strengthen their relationship through it. And it's awesome. I love it. Every 2 weeks, we sit down and we learn about relationships and a whole lot of stuff from the Torah. Anyway, side point, this is what happened in this session. We were talking about Cain and Abel. When Cain rises up and kills Abel, kills Hevel, what happens? God comes to Cain and says, where is your brother Hevel? Cain says, Hashomer achi anochi, am I my brother's keeper? So I asked the couple, I said, well, what should his answer be? If you had children and they said to you, well, am I my brother's keeper? Should have I looked after my brother? You as a parent, what would you say? And they said, no, he shouldn't have had to look after him. Why? Because the parent should have been looking after him. So I said, listen, I disagree. I think that a brother needs to look after a brother. That's part of being siblings. We need to stand up for each other. We need to look after each other. But you're right. Where did the problem begin? What is the makor? What is the source of this problem? Of Hevel, not of Cain, not thinking he needs to look after his brother. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Adam and Eve. When Adam was brought Eve, he's all inspired. Wow, etzem me'atzmai. She's the bone of my bone, the essence of my essence, the flesh of my flesh. Oh, my beautiful woman, she completes me, right? Until something bad happens. And then God comes to Adam and Eve and says, Adam, where are you? I'm over here. I'm scared. I did something wrong, or we did something wrong, right? What happens? What happened, Adam? She made me eat from the tree. The woman you gave me from the tree. What does the woman say? The snake. Let's blame everyone else. Let's not take responsibility. I as a husband should have protected my wife. I as a wife shouldn't have brought my husband into a negative space and given him this fruit or whatever it is. Take responsibility for myself in my actions, with my responsibility with my spouse. So, what do our children see? Abba and Ima, father and mother, don't take responsibility for each other. So, Hashomer achi anochi, am I my brother's keeper? Why should I take responsibility for my sibling if my parents don't even take responsibility for themselves? Whoa, huge. Huge. If we want children who take responsibility for the rest of the world, starting at home for their siblings, well, then they need to see their father and mother taking responsibility for each other. If we don't want our children to fight, say negative things about each other, well, what do they see in us as parents? If a few months ago, I was reprimanding my daughter and she said, Abba, why are you shouting at me? I'm not allowed to shout. Right? Now, I do believe that parents are allowed to reprimand their child, right? But what was my child being? She was being my mirror. She was saying, hey, Abba, why, if you ask me to find other ways to communicate, instead of shouting, why aren't you searching for another way to educate me, another way to reprimand me that is not shouting and making me feel that way? It was the best thing that she did. She put a mirror in my face. She said, what I'm seeing from you, Abba, that's what I do. What our children see from us as spouses is what they pass on to their siblings, what they pass on to their future spouses. So let's be really careful the way we talk to each other, the way we respect each other. Let's make sure to edify each other, love each other, show respect for each other, so that, number one, that's the right thing to do and blessing comes into our home. But number two, because that's what our children are going to see, and that is what they're going to replicate in their life. God bless you all.